Hey, what's up everybody? Thanks for clicking on the video. This is David Pendleton and welcome to the final round, Escape to the Sun tournament. This is going to be the rookie division. I'm going to cover the first 5 holes, of course, like I said, the final round. Off to a very strong start here on the replays. I'm pumped to give you the first 5 holes. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please hit that subscribe button. Secondly, if you like the content and it helps you out, please take a moment just to hit the thumbs up button before you leave. Let's go ahead and jump right into hole number 1. Hole number 1, I actually picked up an eagle on both of my accounts, finally, when it counted in the final round, right? We're going to go with the big topper. You're going to notice here the full top spin, okay? So you see the full top spin and then the 1 bar of side spin to the right, just like that. Pretty easy. We're putting the yellow ring right there in that little corner pocket with it touching the fringe, okay? So like kind of where that rough, moves around in that little curve area there. That's where we're aiming. Now, the one thing that I would say, if you get high wind, okay, like high 3s, low 4s, you're going to want to go with a little bit of overpower. So, hopefully for the people who are watching, you listen to the video as well. Again, higher wind than myself here, you're going to need to go with a little bit of OP just to make sure that we do stay in thorn range. Because you can see here, we're very close to getting in between clubs, especially when we have headwind and we're going to have to adjust further. So we're playing this one 10% at max. So again, if you have a little bit lower wind, you're going to want to overpower your shot a tad, because what might happen here when you go to pull your rings, you might get caught in between clubs, and we definitely do not want that to happen. But this shot fell for me on both my accounts with different wind strengths. So like I said, 10% at max there, and we're looking good for hole number 1. This will take us into hole number 2. Hole number 2, we're going to try to play at 50% at absolute minimum distance of our club. You're going to notice here I go about 2.8 backspin, 1 bar a side spin to the right. The key here is to find the landing spot like this to where your ball guideline is going to be developed. So this one has a little bit of an inconsistent green, meaning your ball guideline will show short then long, short then long. We want to have it fully developed out like this after your spins. And then we try to make our adjustment here. You'll see the speed comes in really good. We just missed this one barely to the left-hand side. So, a little bit more offset, probably to the right-hand side to help get this ball in the hole. This is going to be a difficult one to pick up a hole-in-one on. You're going to want to take a practice shot or 2 if this hole is important to you. So there's hole number 2. Good looks with a perfect shot. Hole number 3, I was able to pick up the albatross. So here we're going to keep this very simple, 0% at max, Titan ball. We're going to play up here on the top part of the fairway with the yellow ring right there touching the rough. I do play this drive a little bit more aggressive than a lot of other people, just because I like to get the distance here. And I like to play shot number 2 over the sand and over the rough whenever possible. And in this wind angle, we can easily do that with a free-to-play ball being the Titan ball. Lower level extra miles, you could add a little bit of controlled OP to the shot. Just make sure that you land on the fairway. You see shot number 2 here. I'm actually playing at minus 5%. So we're playing this shot uphill, and I'm playing it at mid-distance, which is good because that lets me know that I'm not at max. So lower level extra mile players, you're going to be able to do this shot as well. Just make sure you check your own distance of your club to see if you're at mid or if you're at max, obviously, or somewhere in between. But here, with the perfect ball, I was able to get this ball to go in, picking up that nice albatross here on hole number 3. And you see it's even dead center. All right, this is going to take us on to hole number 4. Hole number 4 we need to talk about as well when it comes to some of these spin adjustments. You're going to notice here, I want you to play at 25% at mid. We are using a navigator ball combined with the backbone. Here the wind is very low strength, 2.5. If you have wind over 3, I want you to go 4.7 backspin, maybe even 4.6, so you're probably going to have to practice this shot just to make sure you have it down right, because it's not probable that you're going to get this low of a wind. I got very lucky here. So unfortunately, in real mode, I got hit with 3.9, and I left this one a little bit short. So you're going to notice here I did go right at 5 bars of backspin, okay? We're going to be putting our blue ring touching the bottom of the fringe line just like that. And you can see I even have my ball guideline going to the hole. You're going to notice here I do hit a perfect shot. Now this ball sneaks its way into the right-hand side of the cup, okay? So the other thing that we might want to think about on this hole is that since I did make it on the right-hand side of the cup, we may want to, in higher winds, not only reduce the backspin, okay, because we're going to need less backspin or else we're going to come up short, like that happened to me in real mode, but also take a look at this landing spot. Notice that the very first bounce that is actually on the green, okay, my first bounce of the shot is before the fringe, but my first bounce on the green, can you see where it's at in that dark green square? We might, in higher winds, want to move that over to the left a little bit. I do think that's going to be key. So if I had anything over 3 miles an hour, I would play 4.7 back, and I would move this target over a little bit to the left. Again, this is a very good hole to pick up a hole-in-one on, so I would definitely practice this shot to make sure my thoughts here are correct on this hole. So I'm going to take us to hole number 5. I'm definitely going to play it aggressive here in the final round. We're going to be going with our orange ring right there on the rough line to the right. 1 bar of backspin combined with 1 bar of side spin to the left. Here I'm going to make my adjustment. Very easy. You can typically play most drives in rookie straight up at 0%. Even though this shot's downhill, 0% easily works. As you're going to see, it comes in pretty much exactly where I want it to. The biggest thing about this hole and this drive is we want to avoid all this rock and this tree line right here, right? We want a nice clear shot to the hole for shot number 2, which is exactly what we have right here. Okay, now we want to try to play this one 40% at mid. The replay that you're seeing right here is me playing this one 50% at mid. So you're going to see me pull about 0.2 decimals to the right more than what I'm suggesting. So I'm going to miss this shot to the right, but barely. That's why I want you to take a little bit of elevation off of the hole. This would be an awesome one to pick up an eagle on because a lot of opponents are not going to get it. All right. 40% at mid is what I suggest. 1 bar of side spin to the right combined with about 0.8 backspin. Put your green inner ring right there on the top of the rough line. Ball guideline going dead center to the hole. I do understand this is a trickier rough bump with high elevation. If you don't want to take this shot, obviously completely understand. However, I would give it a try. This is how you get better at the game. This is how you could possibly pick up more tournament wins, in upcoming tournaments when we have to take riskier rough bumps. But here you see, very, very close, almost drop it. I think if we take a decimal or 2 off that shot, we're going to be in good shape. That's the first 5 holes, everybody. Hope I'm doing a great job for you. Please smash that thumbs up, and I'll show you the rest here soon.